Hey, welcome back to Raff's Brain, Riffin with Raff. Fitness at 50, Rob Raffety, Zachariah Lawson, my trainer. We're getting in shape, dude. We've hit the half century mark and we're maybe like 6 to 8 weeks into this journey. It's going really well. Thanks for being here. Zachariah, looking like Doku. Is that the guy's name?
Goku, yeah, Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon. I know what that is now. That makes sense to me. I feel like it's a Nintendo game or something. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Um, I didn't dress up as anything really. I have to go to a party tonight. I got to throw something out. I got to come up with something. I was thinking I might wear my ruck pack and some gym clothes and be like
There you
a jogger or something. I don't know, man. We'll figure it out. We're checking in. We've had a little bit of disruption the past few weeks. It's been traveling and stuff. So this episode's kind of right on the heels of an earlier one this week. But I'm making progress. Here's the thing that happened this week, Zachariah. Dude, it's throwing me off, I will confess.
go. Yeah.
My watch is broken. My Apple Watch is broken. I can't count my steps. I can't track shit. It's like, what is happening, dude? So, I know I should not let that throw me. I'm just telling you, psychologically, it's a little weird. I'm still doing the exercises. I'm still monitoring my diet and I'm using ChatGPT and stuff, but I feel like I'm not counting, I did yoga today. I didn't get to like
Yeah.
it feels good when you can track it. So what's your thoughts on this?
Well, I will say like your phone automatically tracks like your steps when it's on you anyways.
Okay, I didn't
So
know
it's not
that.
going to affect your steps so much as it will like your actual workouts or your yoga when you're
Yeah.
trying to track that. But you should still be able to like track your steps.
It's good, man. I know I can do it. I'm gonna get 1,000 or 10,000 a day, no problem. More than that. So there's two. That was one thing. I'm gonna go to the Apple store here shortly to get it fixed. We'll see if
Okay,
that
nice.
works. And then the bigger thing is I'm not big. It's just I'm used to this. I'm traveling. I'm going to West Virginia for a week tomorrow, checking in with
Nice.
my dad and other and all that sort of good stuff. The temptation to consume unhealthy foods will be very high in that environment. So I have to mentally prepare myself. So two parts of this. The drive, it's a 4 hour drive. I'm used to just when I drive on a road trip, it's sort of like, oh, I can eat whatever I want. That's not true. I need to be very intentional. I'm gonna like take an apple, I'm gonna take some waters, some power bars. I gotta like plan ahead. Just like when I'm flying an airplane. If I'm driving, I gotta have no temptation
I'm
to.
pretty big on having like a coffee with me too or something. Like it's usually about having something like in your hand, right?
That's true. And coffee. Oh, I'm drinking right now.
Same.
Mm, clutch idea. Lots of coffee, power bars, blueberries, apples, carrots, anything but fast food and junk food, which is usually how I roll. So I'm gonna report back to you a week from now. I'll be back on Saturday next week, and so we'll touch base either Saturday or Sunday a week from now, and I'll let you know how it all went.
Are you going
But
solo?
I'm going solo. Colleen is in the Outer Banks. She went there to our home. I have to go really just catch up with my sister, my dad. I'll
Yeah.
work remote that week. She'll work. She just wanted to get down. We have a place in Duck, North Carolina, so she wants to go down there with the dog and hang out for a little bit. That's all good. It all works out.
I
We make
actually
these little individual journeys when the times overlap, and that's a good thing.
I actually
Uh,
talked to Jenny and Mallory on Thursday. They were asking about VCU. They asked how you're doing too.
yeah, so VCU is now on her radar. Apparently, that's exciting. I
Yeah.
guess that's where you went for your finishing, right? You graduated from there,
Yeah,
did you not?
undergrad. Yeah, that's just my undergrad. Yeah.
So that's a cool thing. We'll see. She's also looking at James Madison, WVU, some other schools. I'm very excited. And actually, I'll be riffing with her. Like riffing with Raff is my interview channel of
Uh-huh.
content, and she is one of the most frequent guests. I would say you're in a different category, Zachariah, because we
Yeah.
have we have our own little show here. It's Rob, Fitness at 50, riffing with
Yeah.
Raff. Mallory, I probably had 6 or 7 conversations with her on riffing with Raff. So,
Do
you
you remember that
know,
video she made in the Outer Banks like 5 years ago?
so good. We got to find a copy of that. We got to find a
Yeah,
copy
yeah. I
of
was
that.
gonna ask you that.
That was a
That's
great
gold.
journey. That was my parents' 50th
Gold.
anniversary. We rented a big house, had a great time. They made a video.
Uh-huh.
She's very
Or Mallory
talented.
did.
Yeah, Mallory did. So
She's
I'll try
director.
to track down a copy of that. Maybe I'll throw a copy of that online. Just share with the
Yeah, that's a
world.
great idea.
Um, so I think I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna go out with some friends. I'll be tempted to have unhealthy foods while I'm there. What's like? go to a bar food. Is there any healthy bar food? Is anything less bad for you in a bar food setting? Is there, I mean, it's going to be chicken fingers, nachos, cheese sticks. All those things are not things I want to be hitting up very
Yeah, so it
regularly.
depends on the bar. One thing I also like to do before I go out is I'll eat before I go out or before I
Yeah.
go to the grocery store, so I'm a little bit less tempted.
Yeah.
Like, let's say that you had a bunch of, steak and sweet potatoes or grilled chicken or whatever. You had a big meal before you go to the bar, and then when you get there, you're kind of like, well, I've already had a lot to eat today, so I might as well just get like a drink. It's a little bit better.
That's a great move. I'm going to pull that move. I'm not going to go to eat at the bar. I'm going to go to have a drink or two at the bar, and that's it. And it'll be something good. No, I mean, not that alcohol is good, but something like you know what? I'm actually,
Tequila
I
soda and
think
Sprite,
there you
or
go.
tequila soda and lime.
That's
Sorry,
right. That's right. That's right.
or maybe a
Um,
Sprite Zero.
yeah, Sprite Zero. Make sure you don't get the sugary kind. What's also interesting to me are these. I'm not a big fan, but I'm kind of coming around as like the seltzer water, like
Yeah,
what are they called? It's
White Claw.
White Claw. The claws
Yeah,
with yeah, those are interesting.
those are. I feel like those probably have more chemicals than that are worse than the alcohol. You know what I
It
mean?
may very well be the case.
But I
Are
mean, a
you
good alternative to
hey,
beer.
are you a clean living guy? Do you live clean? Is that a thing that you doing? Do your clean life? Clean living? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, what do you
Clean
mean?
eating? Clean eating?
Clean eating? Yeah, I'd say like I'm like 80/20 as well. Like I'll do 80% of my meals, and usually my first 2 or 3 meals of the day will be like perfect, so that then I can kind of be a little bit more flexible with like my dinner or like evening. So like
Fascinating.
let's say that like every single day I always do like 2 whole eggs and 3 egg whites. That's like always what I do, no matter what. I cook it the night before.
Wow.
And then my second meal will always be something like cream of rice with blueberries, or maybe rice and ground beef, or sweet potatoes and some chicken or something. Whatever. I usually pack like both of those first 2 meals at least. And then dinner is always like steak and sweet potatoes or rice and ground beef or whatever, similar things or whatever. And then that way, like after dinner, I could maybe have something like, some Halo Top ice cream or something and not feel bad about it, or, uh, some sort of dessert or, baked good or something. I don't know.
It's interesting. I was talking, we had our neighbors over, it was Halloween, and a lot of kids were giving out the candy. Not everyone likes candy. Some people don't like dessert. Even I don't do desserts that much. I'm not that tempted by
Really?
chocolates and stuff. I'm a savory snacker. I'm like a junk food, like Doritos type of guy. If I had my
Ah,
choice of of bad foods, unhealthy foods, it would be more like uh potato chips and dip and that sort of thing versus Hershey bars and stuff. I like them all,
really?
don't get me wrong. I mean, I'll eat it all, but I think it's interesting. We all have different tastes and preferences, as they say. I kind of have to reprogram myself though, like eating
Well,
these
do
little.
you have an air fryer?
We have an air fryer. What could I do in there that would be really good, man?
You
What do
can
you
make
think?
your own fries and, sweet potato fries and just cut them really thin. And then I'll just put like a little bit of olive oil and salt on them and then just cook them like extra crispy. And then it's kind of like your chips.
I might dig that. I might
And I
try that.
do, I do like a no sugar added ketchup because ketchup, I don't know if you know this, but they
No,
add
I
sugar to
didn't.
ketchup.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, what is going on? I thought it was when I was growing up, I thought ketchup was just smashed up tomatoes. I thought peanut butter was just smashed up peanuts. And it
It
is
was.
if you get organic, it just
It
is, but
was.
they've added so much stuff to that
It
stuff.
was before. And if you look at like all the different ingredients between what like, even ice cream used to be and what it is now, they've added in like an extra 10 different weird
Why?
ingredients.
What is happening, man? What is this
I
going
don't
on?
know. You gotta get used to making your own. But when I do that pretty often, like I did that every day for a long time. Would I either make like a regular russet potato or a sweet potato, some sort of like thin cut fries with like a steak, and that like definitely fulfills that like salty, snack that I'd want. Especially if I make like a whole, pound potato of fries, that's really filling.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
But wait, if you do it with sweet potatoes and they're very thin, a little olive oil, crispy, they're not that bad for you. Is that what you're telling me? Like they're not
Yeah, versus
okay.
like, most of what like gets you with like McDonald's and stuff is like the seed oils that they're cooking them in.
Yeah.
like the refined seed oils and some of the other like
Huh.
chemicals they get from being dipped in like their batches of secret whatever that make them taste so good.
Yeah. Interesting, dude. All right, so I have some actionable tips. Let me throw this out as we kind of land the plane here in this episode. I think it's going to be I'm going to weigh myself tomorrow morning. I'm not going to take the scale with me this week though. I could, but I don't know if I'm going to weigh myself tomorrow morning before I leave.
Yeah,
And then I'm going to weigh myself when I get back the morning. I'll do like a morning to morning comparison. So if I get back on Saturday, it'll be like a Sunday morning. It'll be a week. It'll be a full week because it'll be Sunday tomorrow and Sunday next week. If I come back on Friday or Saturday of this week, I'll make sure I weigh myself on the Sunday. My point is, I think I can keep maintaining this slow and steady decline. It'll be a testament to my effort if I can either plateau or decrease over the next week. But I
yeah,
think I can go down another pound or two over the week. I mean, it's just how the pace has been. But it's going to require intense discipline. So in the first stage, I'm going to pack up. I'm going to have my healthy snacks for driving for sure. Like it's going to be great. I always take a pit stop halfway, and I'm not going to get any trash. I'm going to have all my good stuff there. Coffee. I might get a coffee. That'll be it. But I'll have
yeah.
you know fruit and that sort of thing.
Or you could also take frequent stops and just go for a little stroll. If I
Ooh,
were you, if I had, so I have like a bike rack for my car and I take my bike
ooh,
places sometimes.
wow,
But
that's ambitious.
that's one of the main things that like, I go back and forth all the time. I can't say that I'm like, I used to be a person when I first moved to Miami. I was like, this is the greatest place in the world. Like, this has everything that I need and want and blah, blah, blah. But I very often am like, part of me wants to move out to like middle of West Virginia and just be isolated and have like all the nature and the
Yeah,
trails and the places to go ride your bike and be active outdoors and some fresh air and blah, blah, blah. Grass is always greener on the other side. But I would go out there on the mountain and I'd be, ripping it up on a bike or going out in the trails, enjoying the outdoors. And I miss that a lot. A
I just think that
lot.
I think that the personal trainer clientele isn't going to be as strong in West Virginia, but you could create that. Here's the thing:
Oh yeah.
there wouldn't be as much competition. There aren't as many fit people or fitness trainers and such.
Yeah.
There's not a population density like Miami where people are vain and very into their bodies and everything.
Yeah, yeah.
But
It's true.
but I think there's something. I don't know, man. That's an interesting idea. You could go back to West Virginia. Wow, that would be something. Live on the mountain. You'd love it to a degree, but then you'd find it slow. It's hard. You got to get a little balance. Everything's in balance,
Tough.
you
It's
know.
really tough. I know.
So I'm gonna weigh myself. I'm gonna have good healthy food, and when I'm there, I'm gonna eat healthy before I go out to meet my friends and stuff. And all they'll know they listen to the show.
Yeah.
Cody, Nathan, Johan, you guys, I'm coming back. It's not going to be the old school, dude. It's not going to be, 7 layer nacho night. We're not going to do that. You
Which
guys can do that.
now they're gonna put pressure on. They're gonna be
No, they're
like,
good. I think they support this. I think they endorse this,
okay.
actually. We're going to see
My
what
friends are
happens.
the opposite. If I tell them like, hey, I'm on a, no drinking for 3 months stint or something,
Yeah.
like, come on, man, just a few. Come on. You're not gonna turn me down on this is my birthday month or something. And they'll be like, pressuring, all right.
Friends, what type of friends are they? It's all good. Oh, one more thing is I want to wrap up because you mentioned this earlier in a previous episode. We just completed Squatober. How'd that go for you? Did you finish the whole month or did you give up?
I did not squat every day of the month, but
Okay.
I did hit a lot of legs during the month. So actually what's crazy is on Wednesday I was really not feeling like it. And because you were like, oh, I want to be one of these guys that loves to work out. And I was like, I
Right.
don't particularly love to work out. I hate the feeling of regret when I don't work out.
Yeah.
And I was saying that to you and knowing that I hadn't worked out yet that day. And I was like, I really don't feel like going back to the gym.
Yeah.
I ended up just saying like, you know what, screw it. You got me hyped up. I was thinking about everything I said to you, and I was like, I can't say it to him and then not go, act on it myself. And so I went back to the gym and hit legs really hard. And I've been unable to really walk for the past like 2 days because I did it so hard.
I love that I'm having a positive effect on you for once. Mostly it's you helping me, but it looks like in this case, your legs are destroyed because we had a conversation. That was
Yeah.
encouraging.
Yeah, thank you for that.
I do what I can. That's what I'm here. You have to pay me now. Just kidding.
It always goes back and forth. It's like, it's never like a one way thing where, my clients at the time will try and get me more like, A lot of them will try and encourage me like, bro, why don't you share more? Why don't you post some like, fitness tips online, or why don't you, do these other things? I'll tell a lot of them about our conversations on here and stuff. They're like, that's awesome. You need to continue with that and like push it and so on and so forth. And I'm like, yeah, I do. I sometimes I get this imposter syndrome where I'm kind of like, well, I mean, I'm kind of fit. I wouldn't say I'm, crazy fit. I've
Dude,
done
you
like,
are freaking fit as a fiddle. It's unbelievable. You look
yeah, I've
great.
done
Yeah.
marathons and
Yeah.
bodybuilding shows, and I think I've trained close to 1,000 hours of training sessions this year.
Wow.
So I definitely know what I'm doing, but then I'd still, no matter what you get good at, you're always got in the back of your head like, well, yeah, of course, but there's somebody else who's, way further ahead, or me
Yeah.
5 years from now will be way further ahead even.
Yeah, and here's the number one thing. This is great conversation. It's going from my birthday show. I did a one man show on my birthday, like a little performance and a slideshow, TED Talk style thing. But it was fun. It was kind of light and comedic, but it had some touching moments. One of the takeaways is I'm 50 now. I'm over 50. Every day's getting beyond 50, but it's like comparison is an interesting thing. You start to think, where am I versus where others were? And really, the question is, this is the mindset has to be, it's not you against others, it's you versus you,
Yeah,
every day. And so you're 1,000 hours in this year or whatever you said. I think that's
yeah,
remarkable. Zach from 2 or 3 years ago certainly wasn't in that sphere. Like, I mean,
definitely not.
that's who you're competing against, right?
Yeah,
So you're crushing previous Zach.
yeah, yeah,
I
for
think
sure.
that's exciting. That's had to think about things. How am I doing relative to where I was? And I have miles to go, but aside from me 3 months ago, I'm way up. I mean,
You
I'm
made
it's
huge strides.
yes. So it's like this is how who I'm comparing myself against. I have a lot more to do, and I think 3 to 6 months from now, this current guy will be getting his ass kicked by myself, which is good. I'll
Yeah,
look, oh man, what a slob. But
yeah,
it's like very interesting how that's the mind game. That's my mindset moving after 50. It's no longer like I got to chase this to accomplish this because someone else is accomplishing this and therefore I got to like keep up with the Joneses. It's like I just got to keep up with myself and have high expectations. I'm going to fall short on some margin. I always do occasionally, but if you can over time just take that mindset, I think it's helpful. That's kind of one of the subtle messages of my show. I was trying to impart some wisdom on the masses. We'll see. I'm gonna have a recording of it. I'll share it with you when it's out.
okay,
It'll be an episode of Raff's brain, but also, I post all this stuff on YouTube. I post it on a audio, podcast. I'm getting like tens of listeners. I have tens of loyal fans, Zach. I
that's
appreciate it.
awesome.
It's slowly and steadily. I mean, on YouTube, I'm getting thousands and thousands of views, which is kind of cool. Not of the long form. Mostly, I make little short clips, and sometimes those get some traction. But anyway, it's just a good time, man. It's a good time to
Yeah,
be alive. I'm grateful for you in my life. I'm grateful to be on this journey, and I think we're gonna make more progress over the next 2 months. It's November 1st, isn't today's November
yeah,
1st?
yeah,
No, I got 2 more months down. If I can drop another 10 pounds or something, that'd be amazing just to like continue this progress going to 2026, knowing that I have the formula.
100%.
This
Yep,
week is going to be actually this week is going to be great. So let's please text me this week. I like
for sure.
we need to stay in touch every day, and I'll be like, yes, don't disappoint. I'm basically drawing a line in the sand. I'm not going to go off the rails. Historically, a trip to West Virginia like this, I'd be like, oh, I'm going to go on vacation for a week. I'm just going to go crazy, and I'm not really going to go crazy. I would just not pay attention, right? I wouldn't really monitor. There's no reason why I should not just be on top of my game when I'm back there. I'll definitely get the exercise in, and I'll definitely watch and monitor the intake, and I'll weigh myself not every day, but when I get back, and then we'll see what happens. We'll see what the results will speak for themselves.
I always like being the guy that's a little bit annoying about like what he's obsessed with at moment. So
Yeah.
like, let's say that's, you know, right now it's exercise and fitness. Maybe sometimes it's film. Maybe sometimes it's some sort of, pickleball or whatever the case may be, whatever. So last time I went home, I got off the plane and it was like 10:30 and all this Kroger's near in Richmond closed at like 11 and I rushed to the nearest Kroger to get my cream of rice and blueberries for the next morning. one store was closing, so I went to another one, and then I get home at like 11:30. My parents like, "What took you so long to get back here?" And I'm like, "I had to get my cream of rice and blueberries for the morning. And
Yeah,
you guys don't have that." But I was like going above and beyond, going out of my way just to be like, in a way, even more so to kind of show to them, look, here's what this is what I'm doing. I'm going out of my way for this.
I love it, dude. I'm gonna get up early every day. I'm gonna do yoga. There's not a hot yoga studio back there, but there is a nice little yoga class that I'll hit up a couple times that week. So it'll be a good trip. There'll be some temptation, but I will overcome it. I think as long as
Definitely.
that's a mindset I have going into it. It starts with the drive, so I'm gonna make
Yeah.
sure I'm prepared for that, and then we'll be ready for everything. All right, dude. This has been great. Thanks so much for tuning in, everyone. Fitness at 50, Raff's Brain, Riffin with Raff, Zach Thomas. I'm sorry, Zach Lawson. Thomas is his brother. Sorry, Thomas. Sorry.
I'm
I
going
get
to
you
see him
guys.
today,
I get
so
you. Yes. We're here. We're making progress. We'll check in a week. Stay tuned. See you next time. All right. Now I have to turn this thing off here. I don't want to leave the meeting. I just want to stop the recording. Come on, bro. How do I do that? Oh, here we go. Thanks, everybody. See ya.